Hi everyone, Al the Psych here. I have a quick video for you today for informational purposes only that I've entitled You Can't Change the Past, but, okay. So, okay, can't change the past, that's obvious. As far as I know, there are no time machines or anything like that. But you can change the way you perceive the past, how you refer to the past, how you reframe the past. And this is especially important if you happen to be dealing with some past trauma, for instance. And there's plenty of scenarios that we can talk about here, and I'm going to explore one. So, say if you were abused as a child, being abused as a child just increases the possibility of mental health issues, okay? Whether that be depression or anxiety or difficulty trusting people, etc. Now, if I was abused as a child, I might have a tendency to think that, I must be unlovable, or, who would care about someone like me? I'm kind of like a wreck right now. So there's a lot of these cognitive distortions that can go on. Or you can think back on the situation and feel weak because, I couldn't do anything to stop it. But there is an option here. I mean, you can reframe, or I couldn't say it was me, I could reframe the way I think about the situation. So, for instance, I might make note, bring it into my awareness. Hey, I was just a child when I was being abused, yet I survived. Okay, I can try to look past any negativity bias that humans tend to have. They tend to have this tendency to look at the negative more often than the positive. But I can try and look past that and see what positives I've had in my life. So maybe I've done some really decent things in my life while carrying this burden. Just getting through life while carrying this burden, that's quite a positive in my estimation. Maybe I've decided to seek help from a psychotherapist, which is a way of taking charge of the situation. So another positive there. I should be proud of doing that. So in that instance, I've kind of reframed the scenario to not one of victim, but to one of survivor, and then hopefully in the future to that of thriver. Okay. Um, Now, uh, just from another perspective, I'm sure, if a child came to you and reported abuse to you, you wouldn't look at the child and say, geez, this kid must really be unlovable or something along those lines. No, I mean, you would be looking at him or her and, trying to help. So, if I am an adult that was abused as a child, I really shouldn't look at myself as unlovable if that happens to be the scenario that's going on. Um, so I think that kind of makes sense. Let's make sure that we reframe, any cognitive distortion so that it's going to have some benefit to us. And I wanted to mention one more thing. I used to watch a lot of boxing when I was younger, and one of the boxers that I used to root against was Sugar Ray Leonard, and I just thought, he was a little too cocky for my taste. Later on, after he was long retired, he wrote his autobiography, and he also mentioned how he was sexually abused when he was a teenager, and at that point, um, I actually became somebody that rooted for him. I said, this is really great that he's able to actually come out, share that information. And he was mentioning that it took him 18 months to write this autobiography, and he said that 18 months really worked as his therapy. So he was able to kind of turn things around. In fact, I think he actually does talks with other people in terms of getting past situations like he went through. So, the bottom line here is, maybe you can't change the past. It's going to be there, but you can change your perception of it. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful. And that's it. Thanks.